What is going on, boys and girls? Welcome aboard for the Brothers Hack the Matrix. My brother Highlander and I am here to entertain you with today's
Absolutely.
headlines, cutting through the BS that is the Matrix. What's going on, man?
Trying to anyway. Trying to anyway. Not much, dude. You know, it's a slow season in the water bottling business, so we're kind of slow. You know, a little work here and there.
Yeah, but that's
How's the
cool.
art coming?
The art went on hiatus during the Mardi Gras season. You see, I am sporting the beads that I got over the
Yes.
weekend at the balls that I went to. The balls.
You
That's
went to
right. I
see
said
some
balls.
balls? That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I actually, dude, look at the Facebook post that I put up on the one from Gemini, which is the biggest crew in northern Louisiana.
Yeah.
Dude, I felt like I joined the Illuminati, man. The right center stage was a pyramid with the all-seeing eye on it and shit. I was like, oh my God, what have I
I tell
gotten
you, man.
into?
I've been looking at all the pics that you've been posting and the videos. It looks like a real good time, man. I'm telling you right now. Um, that's the thing I miss about the state of Louisiana is the parties and the festivals and the things like that. I mean, people can say what they want about Louisiana, but it's a fun place to be. It really is, you know. So
Yes, it
those
is.
pictures are really kick ass, dude. It looks like you guys are having a good time. And the costumes you and the Royal Fox are sporting are kick ass, bro.
You like
No
it?
doubt. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
If I get
Absolutely.
around to it during the show, I'll pull them up and I'll show them here in a second. All I have to do is pull up my Facebook page. But
Yeah,
let's
dude.
see what's going on in the chat. Ruben, my man Ruben Christopher Hayes is here. He's part of the
Ruben
next division. What's
James.
going on, man? It's good to see you. He
Yeah.
says I made it. He
All
said
right.
hail to the brothers, not gay.
Yeah.
He said
Hey,
balls
man.
or boobs. I said well I said balls. They're Mardi Gras balls.
Balls.
They're shindigs. They're
He's
parties,
got
man.
big balls.
Big balls, bro. And there's plenty of boobs there. Trust me, there's plenty of boobs.
Boobs and balls. You
Uh,
can't go wrong.
and Real Weight Nation says, "Hi Joe, just grinding, trying to get 38 more sun, and taking a
Taking
break
a break watching
watching
you.
you. Cool,
Okay,
man.
then.
Cool.
Thank you for
Good to see
everybody that's tuning in to support the channel.
you.
Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
man.
Hope everybody's doing well out there and blessed, being safe and all,
You know, man.
and rocking and rolling.
Rocking and rolling. Speaking of rocking and rolling, show us what you're sporting this evening, sir.
This is, again, the vintage V100. This is the black flame burst top, which is really nice. The uncovered pickups. This thing is really hot, man. These pickups really smoke, dude. It's got the weight relief. It's fun to play. This one right here, I was really surprised. I saw it in the Frisco Music. Shout out to Frisco Music. My guys always keep a lookout for these guitars, and it was a knockoff, man. It was put out in 2018, and I picked it up and it spoke to me, man. So yeah, it's kick ass, kick ass.
Okay. Very cool, man. Very cool. I like
Absolutely.
it. I like it. I always like that back in black feel, you know.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
wait. The producer's in my ear already.
What do we
Man.
got? What do we got?
Well, we got
What
the
do we
top of the heap.
have?
You know what we got? We got the top of the heap, man.
Top of the heap.
It is time for the top of the heap, the top stories of the week. And we're starting this week like we always do. So you folks don't forget about it, even though they're not talking about it that much. What we know about the invasion on day 351. That's right. 2 weeks away from a solid year since the Ruskies decided to cross the border into the Ukraine.
Yeah, yeah.
Zelensky calls for combat jets from West during a tour of Europe. NATO chief says Russia is preparing for a new military offensive. Well, that's,
Yeah, I believe
looks like
Zelensky
more
was
of the
meeting
same.
with jolly old England here recently, like the last day or so, speaking to them. Sure, I'm
Mhm.
sure drumming up support and all. So yeah, it's crucial that the world keeps an eye on this thing because as soon as you
Because
don't,
of
other things
escalation,
happen.
right? And
Yeah, escalation.
boys and girls, we've already got our first hint of it. According to the insider, a key ally of Putin said he wants to invade Poland next,
Yeah,
ignoring
this
Russia's
guy.
inability to capture Ukraine. A Putin ally said he wants to turn to Poland after Ukraine to denazify and demilitarize it.
Yeah, and this is a pawn that was set up by Putin himself, Chechnya, and he's ready to. I mean, he's really outspoken. If you read this article, it's really scary. He's talking about how he really was encouraging the Russians to use a limited yield nuclear weapon, and he would like to invade Poland and denazify them. And this is the mantra that they're running under. So some scary folks out there, man. It really is. So something to keep an eye on,
For sure, man.
Especially if Russia starts crumbling, that Crimea joker right there, he might just go on his own,
The Chechnya guy, yeah.
Chechnyan, yeah.
Yeah, his name's Zardrov.
Crazy son of a bitcherov. So yeah.
Well, all I got to tell you is, folks, we need to pray for those folks and hope that this de-escalates as soon as possible. Doesn't look like it's going to.
No, it doesn't really.
Let's see. Don't forget Twitter was down. Yeah. There was a lot of stuff down earlier yesterday.
Twitter was down.
Yeah, Instagram, a bunch of them. I saw the Quarterings video on it. Their Real Wade Nation, saw that. And Ruben says, "Laugh out loud." He must have been laughing at something we said earlier. And Lunatic chimes in, says, "Hey, Papa J, what's going on, buddy? It's good to see you. That's my man down in Houston. What's going on, bro? Good to see you." The next story, well, it's been all over the news this week. Talk about people that need prayers. It's Turkey. What's happened there?
Yeah, gee whiz. Didn't they get hit with a
000.
huge earthquake?
Well, 7.7 is pretty high up on the Richter scale, man. You hear about these 3-point whatevers and 4-point whatevers coming out of California all the time. If it gets to 6.5 or higher, that's a quake. And they were hit by a 7.7 on the Richter scale. And that's
look, the earth is alive, man. It is a living thing, and it's going to be moving, and it's going to be shifting. And we as human beings, we populate and we put cities up, and I mean, it doesn't happen. This is definitely something that doesn't come along very often, but I mean, it's going to happen again as the earth moves. So God bless those people. That's 12,000. They said was the last.
The death toll was hit 12,000, but they're still trying to dig people out, man. Now, as the days go on, it's going to be less and less hope for that. But
that's a hell of a thing, man. It really is. Yeah. Prayers go out to those families, man, and those
even if
first
you're not a
responders
believer,
and people are digging them out.
If you're not a believer, send them positive, whatever your thing is, whatever your higher power is, whatever. Talk to them and pray for them, because these people need all our help. We're sending relief over there, and I heard a story on the news tonight that the people in Syria are having a hard time getting the relief too, getting access to it, because of the ongoing civil war there, and the sanctions been put on them. So it's a rough thing going on in Europe, you guys. So thoughts and prayers for sure. Next, well, we all know what the other thing that's been going on. U.S. downs Chinese balloon, drawing a threat from China. And then you got Beijing confirms the balloon is Chinese, says entry into U.S. airspace unintended. This thing got over Montana. Okay. That's
unintended.
I don't think that's a border state with anybody. Pretty sure it's in the middle of the damn country.
Yeah.
And then, of course, let's see, U.S. officials disclosed new details about the balloon's capabilities. Here's what we know. Let's see, they detailed what they discovered about the broader spying operation. They say the Chinese government has undertaken using a fleet of high-altitude surveillance balloons across the globe. They've had Navy divers going after the pieces of this thing and pulling them up. So
let's be clear on this, Joe John. This is not uncommon. This is not a new thing.
No.
We spy on other countries. They spy on us. I mean, this is not something that's new. Satellites that are up in orbiting the planet. Every country's got one up there. They're not just up there for mobile or AT&T cellular.
No.
We are looking at each other and we are tracking each other,
Absolutely.
A balloon. I mean, I'm sure this is not the first time.
That's what I'm like, that's a little low tech. What are you doing, China? Are you trying to get caught? What is that?
Well, maybe, hey, look, maybe they are. Maybe they want to see what our capabilities are, our response capabilibilities.
Well, they were tracking it before they shot it down. They
waited
just
until
it
went
got
off
out over
course
the Atlantic.
Yeah. I mean,
they waited until it got out of over the ocean to shoot it down.
And
I don't understand that. I don't know why we didn't shoot it down as soon as we saw it.
Okay, so if you shoot it down, the debris comes down and kills somebody. What do you say then?
There are areas they could shoot it down at.
You can't take that chance.
Dan, come on. Yes, you can.
Joe John,
there's plenty.
You don't want to shoot something down over the mainland. You let it get out over the sea, shoot it down, then you go scoop the piece of shit up and check it out.
Okay.
I mean, they can't. They can't take that chance that some kind of stray debris would kill somebody. Then what are they going to do? They're not going to do that. So that's why they wait for it to go over the ocean, so nobody dies.
Okay.
They kill a dolphin, maybe, nobody cares, right? So.
Yeah, PETA cares. PETA cares. They care. Yeah.
PETA's still a thing.
Greenpeace will care. They'll care.
Okay.
They'll be out there.
But yeah, this is nothing. I mean, we're spying on them just like they spy on us. I mean, that's not a new thing. Yeah. That's what you don't get is these whole, these headlines. Oh, it's they're looking at us and this and that and the other. I mean, come on, that's been going on from time immemorial, dude. So
right. But
nothing new.
The president decided he was going to chirp up during the State of the Union. He vows to protect the country. In State of the Union speech, referring to the China balloon. He's protecting the country, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man. He's doing it.
Yeah, he's doing it well. What about Hunter Biden? What about him?
Please disperse. Nothing to see here. Please disperse. Nothing to see here. Please disperse.
So that's what you do, you send up these sensational headlines and one shiny object after another, and nobody's even talking about Hunter Biden anymore. So there you go.
That's for sure. So yeah, he had a State of the Union. He actually got. There was a couple of points where he called out the Republicans and they didn't like it too much, and they were hollering back at him. He had hecklers during this thing. I've usually never seen a president get booed during a State of the Union, and he did. It was man, it was kind of silly.
Well, it's different times we live in, right? It used to be that it was a very presidential, and you showed respect, and our world is different now, man. Respect is fleeting. It's anything is anytime, and it's open season on anybody. So
Rhonda and I watched that. Oh man, my man Ruben Christopher Haynes, he's just laughing his ass off at this stuff.
I don't watch the propaganda myself. I just don't watch it. So.
Yeah, my brother is not hip to this stuff. I watched it just to see because I had read a headline where he had been booed, and I wanted to see what it was all about. He kind of struck one of the lawmakers off guard, though. Hot Mike caught him telling a Cuban lawmaker that he needs to talk to him about Cuba, and he had said some stuff about immigration and stuff. And it says here, Hot Mike after the State of the Union Tuesday evening caught President Biden telling Senator Bob Mendez that he has to talk to him about Cuba. And Mendez is a Cuban lawmaker and serves as chairman on Senate Foreign Relations Committee an influence committee for initiating legislative proposals in chamber. And
which is long-winded for bullshitting all the time,
right?
Every day, every night.
But the thing about it was, if you read that article, it says that Mendez was like, okay. He was like totally taken aback by it. He didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
Right.
So
Cuba, is that still a thing, or what is that?
Right. It's
maybe had a flashback to Bad Pigs. He's been in government that long, so
Yeah, you know.
You want to talk about what's wrong with our government is Joe Biden. You know, the career politician. So there you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that is the top of the heap for this week. Oh, wait. The producer's yakking at me again.
What do we got?
What do we got?
We got a different kind of millionaire, a
Got the
different
Jock Strap.
person, a different kind of politicker, the Jock Strap. Those guys.
Jock Strap, ball in the
cleats
face.
Yeah. That guy is nailing them from outside, though. Yeah, I'm telling you, he
Dude,
is
his form
pouring
is
it on,
off the
bro.
chain, dude. Check
He is
him out.
pouring it on. So what do we got first this week? Well, one of the biggest sporting events, probably the biggest sporting event in America all year long, the Super Bowl. Who will
The
win?
Superior Bowl.
Kansas
yes.
City and Philadelphia go to battle over Lombardi. So let's talk.
Who you
about
got
it,
in that
man.
game? I think the Chiefs are gonna pull it out in a pretty close game. I think
And
the Chiefs
see,
are gonna do it.
and if they do that, it'll be because Mahomes does it for them.
Yeah.
What's suspect to me is their run defense, and I don't know, man. Nobody's running the ball better than the Philadelphia Eagles right now, man. They're something else. And one thing that Mr. Mahomes and Andy Reid are going to have to game plan for, it's going to have to be a quick passing game for them. Because what is that kid's name that was sacking the hell out of friggin' well, he injured the damn San Francisco quarterback in the championship game. I can't remember the guy's name. He's number 7 on the front line for the Eagles, but he was all over the place. I can't remember his name. He's either a linebacker or a defensive end. You know,
I think he's a D end, a young guy, and then you got the anchor in the middle there that's been there forever. What's it, Fletcher Cox?
Yeah, Fletcher Cox. You know who I didn't know was
beast.
on that team is fucking Adama Su's coming off the bench for them fools, man.
Yep.
Holy shit.
They scooped him up. I think a couple of games into the season, they scooped him up, man. I think from the Dolphins, maybe. Yeah. I don't know where he was playing. Maybe he was with the Rams. I don't know. So, but yeah, he's there. They're solid up front. They really are.
I know the last I saw him, he was with the Bucks. He was with the Bucks when they won the Super Bowl, but that was
maybe that's where he was. I don't know.
But
he's made the rounds, that's for sure.
Yes,
that guy is a solid player, you know.
Yes,
he really is.
He's what I like to call a big ugly in the middle. He is a dirty player, and I like.
Yeah, he's old school. That's for sure.
Yes,
I like an old school player
like that. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
But if I had to put money on it, which I don't put money on anything, but
no. Yeah.
Our dad taught us a long time ago not to bet on boxing or football.
Yeah.
Well, but he said boxing is rigged, and football, you never know which way that ball's going to bounce. So keep your money in your pocket. But if I had to, you put a gun to my head, I'd have to take Philadelphia because I think they're the best all-around team. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're well balanced. They can get you on defense. They can get you on offense. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes can win this game, though. I think I'm really hoping. What I'm hoping for is everybody stands upright and we get a good game, because nothing is sadder than what I saw in the NFC Championship game. That was so sad to see because they just ran out of quarterbacks. They couldn't do anything. You know what I mean?
Well,
it was just
that's football, man. I mean,
I know.
It's the game is won at the line of scrimmage, and if you can't protect the quarterback, you're going to lose that game. Because focus number 1 from the defense is hit the quarterback. Get the starter out there.
That is the main job of the freaking defense, is to stop the quarterback at all.
Get him out there. Get him out of there.
And if you're a member of a Greg Williams defense, it's to kill the quarterback.
It's about killing the quarterback. Hit the quarterback, hit the quarterback, hit the quarterback.
And when you're done with that, hit the quarterback again, please.
Again. Yep.
Well, we've had some stuff happen around Super Bowl weekend. First thing that happened was, let's see, where is it? Bob Kraft reached out to now I don't know.
He didn't get caught in the massage parlor again, did he?
No, he didn't. He's goading Tom Brady into unretiring for 1 week, for 1 day, to retire as a New England Patriot. Now, I don't know if he actually did this or not, but it was reported that he was going to talk to him about it. Did you hear anything about it?
No, I have not. I've actively shut off Tom Brady. I'll believe he's retired when next season starts and he's not playing. So
You know when we're going to see him again? You watch this, man. Tua's going to go down because he lives in Miami. They're going to call him when Tua goes down in the middle of the season. You watch. It's going to happen, man. Oh, my God. But anyway, yeah. Apparently, Mr. Kraft wants him to retire, which makes no sense to me. The player picks what team he joins the Hall as. So what's the point of this? Retiring?
Oh, who knows? Who knows?
Maybe
that's just their way to. Maybe that's just their way to honor Brady. For all the success that he's brought to that franchise. Maybe that's just their way of doing that.
Yeah.
Recognize him for a day or something.
Right.
They were kind of denied that when he left for Tampa Bay. So I'm sure, that may be up their sleeve. Who knows? Kraft is a pretty straightforward guy anyway. So
yeah, he doesn't mince words.
Yeah.
There's another guy though that does kind of mince words, and they're usually about the Dallas Cowboys, and that's our man Michael Irvin. Apparently, I won't have to put up with his voice on the pregame this time around, because according to the Daily Snark, Michael Irvin has been pulled from Super Bowl appearance after a woman accused him of misconduct at a hotel. Former NFL great and current television host personality described his interaction with the woman in question as a public and largely non-physical encounter. He said he engaged in no physical contact with the woman beyond a handshake when they parted ways. So,
yeah, see, and this is the thing. He's been accused, so right away in public opinion, because of the fever pitch we're at now in the world, he's considered guilty before proven innocent, which is totally ass backwards. But he's got a history, right? So his history is not his friend, and he's an easy target. He is an easy target. And there you go. His past is.
If he is innocent, I hope they clear it up before the game so he can be there and take part in it. But,
the NFL's not going to bother with that. They're not. That'll be a storyline that they don't even want to have around the Super Bowl.
I know. You can't tarnish the shield. They just shove that to the side. Yeah, you can't tarnish the shield.
You'll see him next year. After the Super Bowl's over, you won't see him this year. So.
What else we got going on around the league? Well, we got the Washington Commandos. I refuse to call them Commanders. The Commandos. Reportedly considering making shocking decision on Chase Young. Tell me about this one, Dan.
Yeah, so this guy was highly touted coming out of Ohio State and really was producing. He really was having a good rookie season. He had a good rookie season. And then,
defensive end, right, Dan?
Yeah, defensive end. But the last 2 seasons, he spent a lot of time on the shelf. Injuries. It just has not been producing. So he's up on his option year on his rookie contract, and they're going to forego the option year to try to, per the coach, Ron Rivera, to try to motivate this guy to have a good year, because the last 2 seasons, they really haven't gotten anything out of him. So we'll see. But when he's on the field, and he's very good, it's just getting him on the field,
Getting him on the field. Now, it's been injuries keeping him off, right?
Yep, injuries. Okay. But, some guys, their injuries linger.
Yeah.
Where other guys are able to just
bounce back from it and just get after it. Yeah.
So
I just didn't know if it was a what's that guy's name that Houston drafted, and he's played for half the teams in the league now. Even played for us at one point.
Oh yeah.
He
came out of South Carolina. Yeah.
Clowney. Yeah.
Clowney. Yep.
Clowney. Is it another situation like that? Is the guy, does he play when he wants to?
Well, when he plays, he's awesome, but he's hit the injury bug, and he just has not been able to, for whatever reason, overcome these injuries. And he's on the sidelines every game. And but
well, it sounds like a smart decision by Rivera then. I mean,
Well, yeah, they got to get something out of this guy,
right.
And they're not going to give him an extension or a new contract for nothing,
right.
So I'm sure the player, now it's a different player today, right? So they make business decisions on their own. And if they don't think that, if they think maybe they're coming back too early, maybe that'll shorten their career. Maybe they don't come back.
Right.
And, sit it out and take more time off. Where you see other guys are just, they play through whatever they got. So.
Right. Well,
So we'll see what
you're right.
happens.
It is a different. I was watching some stuff on Rich Eisen's show. You know, I watch that all the time. He's got my dream job, and they were talking about, you know, Lamar Jackson's situation. You know, he's negotiating with the Ravens without an agent.
Yeah, he's
You know
always
that, right?
done that.
Yeah, and
which I don't know if that's a smart thing, but
I don't think it's a smart thing either.
Yeah.
But he's doing it himself, and it just doesn't sound like he's going to be in Baltimore next year. It doesn't sound.
I mean, that's not unique. He's not the only player that does that, but
yeah,
they're both holding the line. And are they going to franchise tag him or?
Well, that's the thing. If they franchise tag him and he does, and he does a couple of incentive things, part of the franchise tag, he'd get like a $13 million bonus if he does them. And this guy can do it. So that's the thing. Do they want to franchise him? Who knows, man? I don't know.
The other headline I wanted to talk about real quick, because you know I'm a freaking Saints fan, is David Carr. Is it David Carr from the
David Carr
Raiders?
From the Raiders? Yeah.
Is in play, man.
He's definitely in play. He's going to be cut by the Raiders.
New Orleans.
He's going to be cut by the Raiders. They can't afford to keep him. Yeah.
There have been some serious talks between him and the New Orleans Saints. It's my understanding, because of his no trade clause, the ball is definitely in his court. But
it is.
The Saints are really making a strong play for him.
He holds all the cards. And the thing is, the Raiders, if he's on the roster, I think it's on the 15th of February, they have to pay him a $40 million bonus.
$40 million, yeah.
And he's not going to be on the roster. But this is the thing. They can't trade him. Nobody wants his cap number. And
my hope is they cut him, and then he can negotiate his own deal.
And that's why he said, I'm not renegotiating my deal. You're sticking to the contract we signed. Guess what? You're going to have to pay me or cut me, one of the two, because he knows he's going to get really good value out of the open market.
Yeah,
people know.
But apparently, the Saints are really,
Saints
are really talking to him. So we'll see. We got trades value coming to us from the Coach Payton deal.
Yep.
So maybe we can, because I tell you what, I'm telling you right now, the Saints are just lacking the trigger guy to get the ball down the field.
I know.
And I think he would be a good fit for us, man.
Now,
I really do. But you know, if it's
your running back having legally, is he out of that?
Get rid of him.
Yet?
Shit can him. Get some trade value for him. We've got other pieces, man. We can win without him. He didn't have a good season this year, and the season before it was, injuries. But I think the Saints can win without this guy.
It is just so hard for me to believe that a Benson-led organization is scouting so well to get players to come there, man. It's just bizarre to me, because you know how bad that franchise has been over the years. But ever since Katrina, it's like there's been a concerted effort to make that team good. It's wow. It's just amazing.
You say since Katrina, but who dethroned the San Francisco 49ers in the late 80s, early 90s?
Well, yeah. The
Saints, since the Benson family owned the Saints, that franchise has gone this way, up.
I'm thinking about the Archie Manning years. That
was not Benson family.
The defense,
that was not Benson family.
The defense in the 90s, yes, they were spectacular. I mean,
since the Bensons have owned the Saints, that franchise has been on the rise consistently.
You watch the NFC playoff, or excuse me, the NFC Pro Bowl, what used to be the Pro Bowl before they got in shorts and played flag football. If you watch the Pro Bowl back in the 90s, every linebacker for the NFC had Saints helmets on, man.
That's it. The Dome Patrol. Man. They were all four of them were in there. So yeah, I mean, some good things happening out there, and Peyton taking over the Broncos. Maybe he resurrects old Russell Wilson's career. Who knows? It'd be nice to see him back in the league, though, at the helm of a franchise. We'll see what he's got left.
And if anybody knows how to fix that offense with Russell Wilson at the helm, it's him. I'm very happy that Russ has a coach that knows what to do with him now. So
yeah, and I'm very happy he's not in the NFC. So
right, he's in the AFC. You're not going to see him till the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
The last one let's see. Let me see real quick. We should have one more over here. What happened to that story?
What's the
I know
story?
where it is. Okay, hang on. I just had to
Mhm,
rearrange some
mhm,
stuff. One thing that hasn't changed, though, players do get in trouble. Michael Irvin, it was cocaine in the 90s. This guy, I'm not sure what's up with him.
Oh man.
Joe Mixon from my beloved Oklahoma Sooners, now playing for the Bengals. Arrest warrant's been issued for him. For this running back, let's see, despite the Bengals just beginning their offseason after the loss to Kansas City Chiefs, they already have a major issue on their hands. An arrest warrant has been issued for running back Joe Mixon on a count of rented lips. Aggravated menacing, according to a report. Aggravated
So he's slipping
menacing.
back into his old habits, is what he's doing.
Yeah, it's
Because he did that same thing in college, and he's got a history, man.
He does have a history. He's a head case, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
That's a damn shame. Well, to wrap up the Jock Strap tonight, there's a picture from Instagram. It looks like our man Jerry Lawler is on the mend. WWE Hall of Famer Jerry Lawler recovering in a hospital after experiencing a massive stroke. This picture was from today, and he's 73 years old. And the update on Jerry, after suffering a massive stroke Monday, he is now recovering in a Fort Myers, Florida hospital. His speech is limited, but with rehabilitation will regain a full recovery. He thanks everyone for the continued prayers and will be back in the near future. Yeah, he had to have emergency surgery. It must have been a really bad stroke, man, because he had to have emergency surgery.
Yeah, those strokes are, I mean, I don't know if there's a really, strokes are bad. They just
they
are.
no
So,
matter what they are. Yeah. No matter
prayers
what
go out
pitch
to
they're
old
at.
King Lawler there. So hopefully he can recover. And 73, he's still got a lot of life left in him. So
Yeah, he does.
hopefully he'll get around. So.
Well, shoot, for a wrestler,
that's a long
I'm
life for a
shocked
wrestler.
he's alive,
actually.
at 73. I mean, good Lord, they put themselves through a lot of punishment.
They really do. They don't usually live a long life, So
yeah.
Hopefully he gets back on his feet. So.
All right. Our producer is
What do we got?
What do we got?
We got the Flix, bro.
Man, he got his hand whacked off. Stallone's getting punched in the face.
97-year-old Harrison Ford's making another friggin' Indiana Jones movie. What the hell, man?
Oh,
the hell is going on here?
I'm just not going to go to the theater and watch that, dude.
I'm
just
not either.
Going to.
I am not. I think it's called The Dial of Destiny or something like that.
Dial of Destiny.
Yes. You haven't heard the rumors about this show, Dan?
Dying of insanity. That's what you should call it. You're too old. It's just
the deluge of prescription painkillers is what it should be called, right?
Too old.
That's me joking around. I always I always inflate people's ages. Like when Tom Brady, whenever we talked about Tom Brady, I'd say 67-year-old Tom Brady,
Yeah.
Ruben, he's not 97. No, he's in his 80s.
He's totally 97. Look at him, man. Totally 97. Go sit down somewhere, dude. Come on.
Okay.
Now.
So this week at the box office, we always start with that. Number one is Knock at the Cabin, made $14 million. That's Shamalama Ding Dong's newest.
Yeah, dude. That's Batista's in that freaking movie.
Yes, he is. And then we had 80 for Brady, made $12 million. So Avatar actually
break
dropped
already.
It's
80 for Brady.
Danny, that movie's based on a true story. It's
I don't give a shit.
To go see him.
Go retire. Go away somewhere. 80 for Brady.
You know what's funny?
I got
guys?
5 across your lip.
See, if he'd have gone anywhere but Tampa Bay, he'd still be singing the praises of Tom Brady. Okay,
but he didn't.
But
he went to Tampa Bay.
Went to Tampa Bay and played and got owned by his Saints every time. I think he finally got you guys the last time, right?
Oh,
in the middle of this shitty season, but yeah. when they went to the Super Bowl, they got swept by the Saints. Right? So, yeah.
They did get us in the playoffs, though. That's for sure.
They did.
Yeah.
But then number 4 is BTS, yet to come in cinemas. I don't know what that is. I have no clue what that is. And Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. So apparently we haven't had too much turnover. I see Megan down there too. It's all the same movies that have been out since January. So
yeah,
it's not a good time to be a movie fan right now. There's not much out there. And of course, we've talked about this before. It's probably because there's a lull because of the pandemic, right? I mean, they slowed down their production. Well, you got to remember, Dan, when they make a movie, they film it and then it takes a year in post-production to get it ready for the public. So the stuff we're seeing now is stuff that they just mopped up right after the world opened back up again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they need to mop that crap up because they're just not, Hollywood is not putting out entertaining movies. They just aren't. Something that you can go and get away from reality, live out a little fantasy, right? Like Top Gun Maverick should win every Oscar.
It should.
These are the type of movies that do well.
But it won't. I've told you about this. It won't get Best Picture.
Whatever.
But let's hope it does. I'd love to see it. It'd be awesome. Speaking of players that aren't putting out much good stuff, let's talk about this one you sent me today. Marvel celebrates 60 years of comic books' greatest super spy in Fury #1. This May, Al Ewing and an all-star lineup. Ewing? And an all-star lineup of artists craft a thrilling saga across Nick Fury's storied history in a double-sized anniversary one-shot.
I am going to scoop this up because that's really because they're going to use different artists for different phases of his career and tell the stories and the artwork. I'm really hyped about. I'm gonna scoop it up myself for real.
Yeah,
you know, I haven't bought anything about Nick Fury through my life, but I'm going to get this thing because it would be interesting to see that retrospective having across different artists, you know, their rendition of the character, and you can see the different phases right behind the current one.
Oh,
he's had a storied career, really. So I'm going to get that for real.
This, of course, and what's funny is, you know, Marvel was pretty smart. They actually started drawing him to look like Samuel L. Jackson like a few years before they even recruited him to be in the movies. Yeah, that's when they changed that persona. But yeah, you see him here as you know, that's the one I always remember right there, Dan. The one that looks like almost like he's a member of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, kind of Punisher kind of looking guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one I always remember. Of course, you got the guy that was in World War II and everything. You know.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it looks like it might be a cool book. You know, we'll definitely have to check that out.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Nick Fury. Always have been. As long as he's got the eye patch, it's good with me, man. You know?
No doubt.
Now this one, man, I saw this week and I was like, man, are you serious? This is more proof that you just should not pay attention to the people you like on Twitter. Really? I mean, you know, I love Pink Floyd's music, but I saw this headline: Pink Floyd feud spills out into public as Roger Waters and David Gilmour go at it. Now, apparently,
two old guys having at each other through Twitter.
Two old guys that don't want to play together anymore. You watch, man. They're gonna have a Hell Freezes Over tour like the Eagles did, right? Because you remember the Eagles didn't want to talk to each other anymore either. And then when they did get back together, it was a huge tour. But Gilmour's wife was a novelist and a lyricist, Polly Sampson, fired off a tweet accusing Waters of being an anti-Semitic to your rotten core, is what she's saying here, and called him a Putin apologist and a lying, thieving, hypocritical, tax-avoiding, lip-syncing, misogynist, sick with envy, megalomaniac.
Wow, he really put him out there for real.
dude, I read that and all I could hear was,
Why, you stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerve herder.
You pompous, stuck-up, snot-nosed, English, giant, twerp, scumbag, fuckface, dickhead, asshole.
man, that's all I could
Wow.
hear. I was like, what is this? It's not clear what specifically prompted the message, but it may have been an interview Waters did with Germany's Berlin Zeitung newspaper.
There you go. Zeitung.
where he made comments comparing modern Israel to Nazi Germany and so on. And this just goes on and on. It's just he said, she said shit. Yeah, these guys do not like each other.
You talk about people who got nothing to do, man.
Nothing to do but sit there and
find
count their
something to
millions
do,
and call
man.
each other's names, man.
That's too bad.
Oh, it is too bad because
And that's how they'll be remembered
right
right there. A bunch of senile, crazy, angry people.
Right? It's completely
Gee whiz.
ridiculous,
Enjoy your
man.
success and shut the fuck up, man.
Right?
Gee whiz.
I mean, but they've had a lot of success, and another guy that had a lot of success. We got some sad news out of the world of music as we mop up this section tonight. Found out before I went on the air that Burt Bacharach, master of pop songwriting, dies at 94 years old. Burt Bacharach, a songwriter and performer who turned easy listening into high art, has died at 94. A representative of, Bacharach confirmed to the Washington Post that the singer died at home in Los Angeles of natural causes. He was 94 years old. In all, he scored 73 top 40 hits in the U.S.
That's pretty impressive, dude. It really is.
In the U.K.
That is impressive for real.
My personal favorite has got to be this one. I was reading the article, and the one that stuck out to me was Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head from one of the greatest movies you'll ever see. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. This movie was a great movie. Done for. And it was performed by B.J. Thomas and featured in the film Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Rented lipstick.
Fat Albert. All right,
are you the Swedish chef?
I was doing my Fat Albert, dude. Hey, baby.
You won a Grammy for that song and an Oscar in 1969.
Yeah. Storied career. He lived a long life, died of natural causes. So, hey, if you got to go, go with a smile.
Go with a smile.
Go with a smile.
And he probably did, man. That guy was a great songwriter. Did a lot of work with Dionne Warwick. I mean, he a lot of people owe their money they made in the music business to that guy there.
Heck yeah. Great songwriter. Had a pulse of the globe for sure, right?
Top 40 hits. Yeah, no doubt, man.
Hit after hit after hit. So
I'm telling you.
He was doing something right.
He was doing something right. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh, hang on.
What do we got? What do we got?
Oh, you know what we got? We got them earthquakes, man.
Not the earthquakes. This chick is still trying to put that.
She is still trying to put the lipstick on, bro. Yes.
I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
You need to move, lady. Get out of that region or something. I mean, it's just unsuccessful every week.
Oh, man. This is craziness. So we got a bunch of stuff in the earthquakes this week, man. Starting with, oh, man, get ready. You're going to hear some funny stuff. Republicans vote to remove Representative how do I say her name? Ilhan Omar from the Foreign Affairs Committee. And the reason why they decided to do it was some of her anti-Semitic things she said in the past. Republicans defended their action, arguing that Omar's anti-Semitic tropes she made several years ago disqualified her from serving on foreign affairs. In 2019, Omar infuriated Democrats and Republicans alike, as well as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu
Netanyahu.
when she
Mhm.
tweeted that American Israel Public Affairs Committee, AIPAC, and other Jewish donors were paying politicians to back Israel, saying it's all about the Benjamins, baby. She also came under
Politicians
fire.
getting paid?
Yeah,
No.
imagine that. She also came under fire from fellow Democrats after they said she equated the United States and Israel to Hamas and the Taliban.
Really?
Yes, very
Well
interesting.
said. Well
there.
spoken. How is this person in our? Well, whatever, man.
Well,
Whatever.
she was a refugee that came here from Somalia, and got her
Yeah,
citizenship, and she got elected. Yeah.
She
So
came here from another country. She was a refugee, and then she's going to get up here and badmouth the country.
hey, man.
Wow.
She's
got the right, though, right? She's got the freedom to do that.
She's
so
got the
there
freedom
you
to
go.
do that, but all I can tell her about getting off the Foreign Affairs Committee is
Let me help you back.
Bye.
bye. Okay.
Bye.
I need to cut that one, don't I? Damn. That's one I need to get on here. Okay. Next up, we got a guy from your state. Ted Cruz introduces seven pieces of legislation to block current and future pandemic government mandates. This actually makes sense to me. It does.
Yes.
He unveiled 7 pieces of legislation on Tuesday to protect Americans' freedoms by blocking current and future government COVID mandates. Quote, President Biden has stated that COVID-19 pandemic is over, but he continues to wield powers granted during the pandemic, and he continues to desire draconian restrictions and mandates
Not
for
draconian.
the American people.
Not
Congress
draconian.
must step up and outright ban these mandates. We cannot allow the unprecedented actions taken by the federal government to set a new normal in which politicians and unelected bureaucrats force mandates upon the American people to drop at the drop of a hat, all under the jurisdiction of protecting public health.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what happens. They do these things. They drop they put these mandates upon us, and then after a while, people just become accustomed to it, and that just becomes the law of the land.
Yeah. It's the boiling frog thing, man. It's been amping up ever since 9/11. The amount that the American people will let the government basically rule their lives and basically infringe on their rights. They'd rather there's a lot of people out there that would rather be secure, what they think is secure, than have their rights. It's
and on top of that, we don't teach what their rights are anymore. So they don't even know what they're giving up.
No. So
they don't do that over in Europe. You don't fucking live in Europe, man. This is the United States. You have a lot of rights that you just seem to be willing to give up. So I don't know.
And you don't want to do that. As we say every time on this show, fight tooth and nail to keep your rights.
I mean,
as
honest
soon as
to
they
God.
get control of them, they will not give it back.
You'll never get them back. And this is what he's talking about right here. They institute these things and they don't ever bring them back. They hold on to this power and they keep wielding it. They never give back power. They never do.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate.
Okay. The next one we got here under earthquakes is Twitter execs acknowledged. I saw this on the news tonight. Acknowledge mistakes with Hunter Biden laptop story, but say no government involvement. They're saying that they don't believe the Twitter files. Basically, is what they're saying.
Yeah.
This Twitter executive.
What do we got?
Damn it. My fault.
No, you're good. Republicans grilled social media execs, including former Twitter deputy counsel James Baker, over Twitter's handling of the laptop story and broader complaints about censorship. at the first high-profile hearing in front of the House Oversight Committee for the new Republican majority investigating President Joe Biden's administration and family. So it looks like they're finally getting into the story that you've wanted them to get into for what, 2 years now?
Yeah.
Now that we have a Republican-led House of Representatives. Yes, they're going to go ahead and get into it now.
We'll see. I want to see if anybody goes to jail.
Yeah.
I think this is all sensational headlines and to make the Republicans look like they're going to get stuff done. And if you and I are sitting here 6 months from now reading these same freaking headlines and nothing's being done,
then it's one of the...
Please disperse. Nothing to see here.
it'd be status quo. And
Yeah.
I mean, people, Republican, Democrat, the same thing is going on, so
Yeah.
just a different little tune, different little marching orders, but the end result will be the same. Nobody will go to jail.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully they get somebody. So
Yeah. I hope they keep digging because ever since this Ukrainian thing happened, I've always said, how corrupt is that government? And
Sure.
and what has Hunter been doing with this energy company over there, pulling in all kinds of money for the big guy, right?
For the big guy.
Yeah, it's nuts. Okay, the next one we got here is a pretty sad story here. They don't know why this happened, if it was political in nature or personal or just a random attack, but a New Jersey councilwoman was found shot to death outside her home. Let's see. Shot to death in her SUV outside her home.
Outside her home, in her own vehicle. She was targeted. Something else is going on in the background that we're going to find out later. But somebody she's crossed paths with, somebody she's had dealings with, or somebody she's impacted, peripherally. Somebody targeted her and killed her for whatever reason.
This happened. They were called. She was found dead at 7:20 p.m. on Wednesday. She was a 30-year-old woman. To have this happen in such a tragic way, I mean, our hearts are just broken, and everybody wants an answer," said Karen Bailey Biebert, the local GOP chairman, who served as her campaign manager. So we're waiting with bated breath. So they don't know. It's the initial part of the investigation. They don't know if it was politically motivated, if it was a personal thing, but prayers for
probably
that
a bit
family.
of both, I would imagine.
But from all accounts, she's a Christian woman that never hurt a fly. Of course, we don't know about these people.
We don't know.
We don't know. But hopefully they'll get to the bottom of it and find out what's
what I do know is she didn't deserve to get shot down in her freaking SUV right outside her house.
No.
She didn't deserve that. So
no, not at all.
There you go.
Okay. Next one we got here. Now this is just, guys, 15 minutes ain't worth your life. Okay. Indiana man dies recording TikTok video after falling off a 70-foot Puerto Rico sea cliff, family says. Edgar Garay, 27, was seen stumbling toward the edge of a cliff on Sunday afternoon in Cabo Rojo, on the southeast end of the island. U.S. Coast Guard officials said. Yeah, they had to dive to go get him. This is the kid right here.
What was he? He was shooting a video?
He was shooting a TikTok video. Yeah.
Come on, dude.
And lost his footing and went right off a cliff. Yeah. Guys, come on. 15 minutes ain't worth your life. Okay? Really, it's not. It's completely silly. Hang on. We got some comments here. Christian says, "Hey, guys," and chat. He also says, "And just for the record, I bought Mel an acoustic guitar." Oh, okay. Cool, man.
Okay, cool,
yeah.
cool. Cheers. Yeah, rock and roll, man.
Oh, that. Yeah, Christian's the guy I did the portrait for. He finally got it yesterday. It took 2 weeks and a day to get it to him. Up there
you had to send it to Canada?
Canada. Yep.
Yeah. Okay then.
Yep.
Cool. Welcome to the show, man.
Ontario.
Acoustic guitar.
I think
yeah.
is where he lives at.
Word.
close to Ottawa. Does that sound right?
Yeah. Ottawa.
Ottawa.
Very
But
cool, man.
yeah, look, 15 minutes is not worth your life, guys. If you're shooting video with your friggin' phone and you're not looking where you're going, that's dangerous, especially when you're on a 70-foot cliff. Come on. And I've heard of people taking pictures like at the Grand Canyon and doing that and falling off the edge, you know?
You see so many people just living their lives through their TikTok account or whatever. And yeah, it's sad. 27 years old, he's gone. Shooting a TikTok video. There you go.
Damn shame, man. It's a damn shame. The next one we got here is, let's see. Suspect arrested for shooting blanks inside San Francisco synagogue.
What the fuck is wrong with
the Schneerson Center, a synagogue.
Schneerson. Wow.
A synagogue in San Francisco, predominantly attended by Russian-speaking Jews, was shaken Wednesday night when a man entered the building and fired several rounds believed to be blanks into the air. No one was injured, but the incident left the congregation disturbed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're there to worship, and some knucklehead comes in with a freaking gun popping off rounds. You don't know if it's blanks or what. I mean, there's just nowhere sacred.
He's lucky he didn't get shot to death.
Remember in the old, even in the movies, you know, Highlander, right?
Yeah.
They did not battle on sacred ground. I mean, that was the thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now, I mean,
you don't take guns.
Just didn't do that.
Yeah. It's
people just do it, and it's just they don't care about that anymore. So that's a shame, man. You go there to worship, and this is what happens. So,
well, one of these guys got his comeuppance this week. Florida mass shooting suspect killed during police pursuit. Let's see. The car driven by Alex Green, 21, eventually crashed into a building in Winter Haven. That's a short distance from Lakeland, where 11 people were injured on January 30th shooting, Lakeland Police Chief Sammy Taylor said. Man suspected in mass shooting in Central Florida last month was fatally shot by police following a long chase and a carjacking. Wow. Well, that's he got his comeuppance.
Yeah, I mean, people like that, and we go out of our way to, imprison and try to rehabilitate these people, man. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So he's no longer with us, and I don't know how did he kill anybody in the mass shooting, or was just 11 people injured?
Injured. Yep.
Man. Well, so, that's pretty lucky, right? So nobody got killed.
Okay,
so.
We've got a couple leaning towards the bizarre here at the end of this, and I want to get your take on them. Woman mistakenly pronounced dead was found alive in body bag, reports say.
They pronounced her dead at the I think it was an elderly folks' home she was living in, right?
Yes. An Iowa care facility is facing fines totaling $10,000 after mistakenly pronouncing a 66-year-old resident dead and having her transported to the funeral home where she woke up gasping for air. Yeah, they put this chick in a body bag thinking she was dead. Now, one thing...
$10,000, that's it?
$10,000 fine, yeah. Yeah, that's nothing. I don't know. They'll probably get sued too, I would imagine. But
I mean, they ought to shut that place down. If you can't tell if somebody's alive or dead, I mean, come on now.
Well, it looks to be. This seems to be a problem, Dan, because that's not the only one this week. An 82-year-old woman was found alive at a New York funeral home after she was pronounced dead hours earlier. Police say.
Look, let me tell you something. I worked in a home like that, and I'm telling you right now, if you can afford not to put your parent in a home, do not do it, because a lot of them do not receive very good care. And if they don't have regular visits from family members, they won't get carried on at all. If they don't have any insurance, if they don't have regular visits, I saw people deteriorate, man, in the facility that I worked in, and it was heartbreaking. That's the one job that I had that I just could not leave at the job when I left.
Yeah. You couldn't
Um,
unplug from that one, huh?
So if you can afford not to send your family to a home, man, don't do it because
I
yeah,
can
there you
relate
go. They
because
thought she pronounced her dead and she's still alive. So
well, something that my wife told me when she was a nurse, and she worked with these long-term rehabs. She always
yep,
told me, "Look, you're not dead until you're cold and dead."
yep.
You know.
Who's
So
pronouncing these people? Even as a
yeah,
nurse's aide,
that's
I
what
had
I'm
the
saying.
ability to check for pulse and
Mhm.
check, breathing, eye
Yeah.
movement, some basic things that you check.
Okay, we got a
And
couple of comments here, and I want to make this clear. It is not about this story. It is about the last story about the guy that got shot to death by the police. Christian says the world is a better place. And he also says in Canada, we just euthanize them. So there you go.
oh,
Yeah. So there you go.
you turn them into little kids? Wow, that's terrible, bro.
Right?
Ugh,
Oh,
kind of
man.
weird.
But anyway,
You are now 5 years old now.
you are now right. The Infanto Ray, just like in Space Ace. You remember that game, Dad? Did you ever play that one? Huh?
No.
Oh man, it's a great game, dude. Great game.
Euthanize it.
But
You're now in diapers. Go away.
right. All I can say is these people that are misdiagnosing people being deceased.
Stupid is as stupid does, sir.
If it is as stupid does, sir.
I mean, come
Gee
on.
whiz, what are you doing?
Yikes.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yikes.
Terrible, terrible.
And they are obviously
Classic, man.
it,
That's awesome.
okay. Well, boys and girls, it's that time of the show.
Uh-oh.
Everybody buckle your chin strap.
Oh, man. This is going to get nasty.
I'm going to put this on a loop and we'll watch it twice because I know my brother loves the end of this. So
Ooh.
we're going to buckle your
Kurt
chin strap,
Warner,
boys and girls.
my heart goes out to you, bro.
Because you know what? It is time to turn out the lights.
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there. I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
Man, Bobby McRae.
He hunted
Don't be
him
so
down,
mean,
bro.
man. Damn. I mean, launched him right onto the friggin' retirement couch. Good Lord.
He let him have it.
Yes, he did. He most definitely did. Yikes.
And that Lennox Lewis knockout, dude.
Dude,
Of Team
snapped it off
Rockmine was
on him.
just
Snapped it
brutal,
off
dude.
on him. That is
He
the most
did.
brutal 1-2 combination I've ever seen in my life.
I mean,
My God.
pow, pow. And that was it.
Done. See you next time. What's up?
Paralyzed his ass, man.
Get you some.
Oh, my God.
Well, listen, the first story I've got here tonight, this is a stupid as a stupid does situation right here. Hoodies confiscated from airline high students leaves parents upset. Now, I'm going to have to, this video is going to play, but local parents are lashing out on online after airline high school officials confiscated students' hoodies during one of the coldest days of the year. Kayla Wilson has 2 daughters and a nephew that attend airline high school. Now, I do understand rules are rules, but the way they did it yesterday was not. Like, it wasn't right at all. That let's see, that was one of the coldest days we done had. Oh my God, by far, and it was raining. Wilson said. The airline high principal said that dress code has been consistent problem, and in response, an announcement was made that if the students wore hoodies to school, they would be confiscated. He went on to say hoodies pose a threat, but parents are questioning the theory. No hoodies are appropriate, but they're saying for safety reasons or to identify a child. They wore masks for 2 years and you wasn't able to identify them then. And one thing that just strikes me, I wish this video would stop playing. I wish there was a way for me to turn it off. Hopefully it'll be over with here in a minute. There's a picture that they put in the paper of 2 guys with bags of hoodies walk. And I really want you guys to see it. Hang on. Let me see if it's got about 25 seconds left. Bear with me. But this was the cold snap. You had it in Dallas. This is what we're talking about, Dan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. These kids are in school, right? Hang on. As soon as it's done playing, hopefully it'll put that picture up there because I don't know how to get it to go on this thing, but let's see. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2. Come on. Oh, it's not showing it. Damn it. I wish I could show you the picture. I hate these websites that do this. But anyway, the picture was of the 2 guys carrying the bags of hoodies. They both had hoodies on, Dan. Both of the guys. Let me see if I can get it here. No, it's not going to be on there. It's going to make me. Yeah, I can't put it up here. That sucks. But trust me, there were the guys that were carrying these hoodies out, and they did it because I guess they don't want. They want to be able to see the kids' heads. You heard the article, but man, come on, really? During one of the coldest days of the year, you're going to do that to kids? What are you doing? Man? Are you trying to get fired? Is that what's going on there? I mean, come on, man.
It's the world we live in now, man. I mean, it's just a mentality of fear. Hoodies equate to fear. Hoodies equate to violence. I wear a hoodie every day of my life.
Yeah.
Every day of my life.
I wear them when it's cold. That's what
I wear it. I even wear it in the summertime because, I mean, it's just serviceable, right?
Yeah.
If in case it rains, I can throw the hoodie up. I've got pockets. I wear a hoodie every day.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, the hoodie has got a stigma of just whatever. So, but that doesn't give them the right to take their. I've never been a fan of uniforms in schools.
Me either.
Never have.
Yeah. And
you want to be in the military. That's military, but
yeah.
I don't believe in these uniforms, and the idea that they're taking their hoodies away, it's because of whatever stigma.
My wife and I were radically opposed to the.
You know what that is? That's fascism.
Communism.
It is, man.
It's what you call it. What it is? It's fascism. Yeah,
fascism. Right. Fascism's coming back. I tell you this.
Coming back.
It's a great day. Great day.
Great day. Yes. Oh man, we are quoting Kevin Bacon in JFK. If you guys don't know, yeah, it's just too funny, man. Too funny. But anyway, yeah, I had to say something about that one this week. I just thought that was stupid as shit.
It is. I hate to see it because airlines. That's Bossier.
Yeah, that's in
Bossier. Bossier's very conservative, so.
Yeah, for sure. Well, boys and girls,
now down for the fascism. So
it's that time of the show where my brother gets his guitar ready to go, and he gives out his weekly award, the Simple Jack Award.
Simple Jack.
You know how it works. We give the Simple Jack Award out to people that are trying to do some good things, but they just can't quite get it right. And this week, it's a special one. It's the NASCAR edition. Yes, boys and girls, the NASCAR edition. I said that. I'm not stuttering. It's the NASCAR edition, boys and girls.
NASCAR.
Yes. NASCAR.
Boogity.
Because
let's go racing.
What is the name of this site? It's Total Pro Sports.
Yeah.
Breaking.
Kyle Busch.
NASCAR star Kyle Busch sentenced to prison in Mexico. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, so he's got a license to carry in North Carolina. He's legally licensed to carry it. But he received the Simple Jack Award because he said he forgot that he had his weapon in his bag when he went to Mexico. Honest mistake. Bullshit. You're an idiot, dude. these guys and girls in entertainment, and this is, NASCAR is just another form of entertainment. They live in a bubble, and they got people protecting them all around them. And the idea that this guy goes into a foreign country with a loaded handgun.
Stupid is as stupid does, sir.
I'm telling you, he's lucky he's not going in jail because, that has since been worked out. He's got to pay a fine. He's not going to see any jail time. But, this guy's an idiot, man, for carrying a loaded weapon into a foreign country. I mean, that's just idiotic, and to scream ignorance on that is just dumb. And that's all I have to say about that.
I'm a big Second Amendment guy, but
yeah.
I look, I had my gun in the car.
You're in a foreign country, and the idea that the guy says he forgot he had his freaking loaded weapon.
Right.
No,
yeah.
man. No, that's just
I'm not taking my gun across the border.
No.
I fear taking it from out of the state of Louisiana. I mean,
yes.
The laws are different in every state.
Every state has its own laws.
When I went to Mississippi the last time, when I was in Biloxi for our anniversary that one time, Dan, the place where you were born.
Yep.
First cop I saw, I waved him over. I said, "Look, I got a gun in the car. What are the laws here? Can I open carry? What's the deal here?" He said, "Look," he said, "it's an open carry state. You're fine. Don't worry about it." I was like, "Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure." I said, "I know the laws are different in every state. Here in Louisiana, I'm a veteran, a military veteran, so I have the right to conceal carry in the state if I want to." My DD 214 is my license to conceal carry. They changed that law last year. Yeah.
That is awesome.
It is awesome. I dig it. But I would not be crossing the border and going to Mexico with a loaded gun in my vehicle or in my bag or anything else. I mean, that's
let me ask you this. Would you forget that you had a freaking loaded weapon on your person or in your luggage? You wouldn't forget that, would you?
Not a responsible gun owner wouldn't.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
This guy's obviously an idiot
he's a total idiot. And that's all I have to say about that.
Never go full retard.
And he went full retard.
He went full retard, dude.
That's some stupid shit.
NASCAR edition, Kyle Busch. Total retard.
Edition. That's right. NASCAR edition. Go fast, turn left, boys and girls.
You ain't first, you're last.
You ain't first, you're last. We watched The West Wing when there's a couple of shows we'll put on, off a streaming service occasionally when we get tired of Law and Order, because like Law and Order a lot. But The West Wing, we're in the last season of that one for like the second time. It's a great show. And the guy that plays, Ricky Bobby's dad in that movie, he's the vice president.
That guy's classic, dude.
He's the vice president in the West Wing there in the last couple of years, the last couple of seasons. And that's all I think of when he starts talking. I'm like, all I can hear him saying is, if you ain't first, you're last.
You're last.
It's the funniest damn thing in the world, man. Well, listen, boys and girls, that's it for this week. I'm going to go ahead and let you know what's going on with the channel. Of course, the next time you'll see me is Saturday. You'll be able to watch Sketching the Privateer, where I create my comic book. We're into the origin of the privateer, which is his backstory in issue 2, where we actually got, I don't know if you've been watching it, Dan, but I actually started part in the 1700s with him.
Cool, man.
Yeah, so that's been started. But that's every Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Central, 2:30 Eastern. And then Super Bowl Sunday, we will be on for the last time this year with NFL pregame party. We'll be on at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. And we're going to talk about the Pro Bowl. And also, Knox going to have a scouting report for the other leagues that are coming up. The next league coming up, Dan, is the XFL gets started here pretty soon.
Don't think I'll be watching that, but I think I will check out the USFL this year.
USFL had a good run the first season, and it'll be back, I think, in April. I think is when it comes back. It's in April.
And I think the teams are actually playing in their own stadiums this time. I don't think they're playing at a central location.
Birmingham. Well, they're based out of Birmingham, so they played all the games there last year. And shock, Birmingham won the championship. Wow.
Imagine that.
But anyway, we'll be doing that at 11 o'clock, or excuse me, that's 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. And then I'll be on that afternoon on Dork's Side of the Rings show. I do my State of the Apron, and I'll be on live from 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, till 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. And that's brought to you by KGRA and Pop Culture Minefield. And then after the Super Bowl that night, I'll probably go ahead and do my Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, where I play video games with a few cocktails and some fails. And that's on Twitch, starting at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, you know, we had a good time last night on State of the Atmosphere, talking video games, so much so that we got to do a part 2 on it this week. We're going to be doing my show where I get together with my fellow YouTubers and talk about the pop culture stuff that I like. And we're going to continue the video game discussion. We're going to find out what Doc's favorite video games are, what Dos Wilson's favorite video games are, and movies that come from video games and all kinds of stuff. We do that for 2 hours on Wednesdays from 5:30 p.m. Central to 7:30 p.m. Central. And, of course, we will be back next week for the Brothers Hack the Matrix. Same time, same bat channel. So,
Absolutely.
let's see if we got comments here. Let me check those out real quick before we get out of here. E. Clay Thomas says, "Hey, you." And he says, "You just got in. I'll catch the replay. And by the way, if you didn't hear me last night, thank you for the $5 tip you gave me last night during State of the Atmosphere. It was good to get that from you. I appreciate it, E. Clay. And yeah, catch the replay. We had a good show tonight. So for my brother Hylunder, the guitar man, and as you can see under my name there, the privateer, Joe's Atmosphere. I want to thank you for being here, guys. And until you see me again, I want you to keep on keeping on. God bless.